what you're saying ain't coming out of your mouth.
That's the movie Hitch, one of my favorites, where Will Smith's character is all about getting people to read body language, and we're going to put it on the table right now. It can be hard, really hard, to read that nonverbal communication.
Yeah, especially because sometimes those nonverbal cues can be like non-existent. What does that mean? We found an example from a clip from Everybody Loves Raymond, okay? Watch this. Watch how much expression Robert has when he finds out his mom is getting involved in his job interview.
I'm writing to ask for your understanding. You have an interview this morning with my son, Robert Barone.
It looks so familiar. Wait, where have I seen that face? Here?
Right here.
Or here?
In the
I don't know. Okay, according to Studio 5 relationship coach Matt Townsend, that's just one way that men communicate, or rather, don't communicate. So before we pick it apart a little bit more, are men and women the same when it comes to those nonverbal cues?
No, we're not. Men communicate differently than women. We use our hands and not our face.
I'm going to sit on
Did
my
I just
hands
do
right
that?
now.
We're different. We're totally different, and there's a lot of reasons. It's because women are special. And women are born with this innate sense of reading nonverbal and facial expressions. Women maintain more eye contact than men do. Did you know that?
More eye contact?
From birth, women watch faces more than men do.
I believe that.
So you're different. We call it special.
I've already rolled my eyes at you 4 times today. Don't make it
I'm not
5.
looking because I'm trying to use my hands. So we are different. But what we want to do is, we've got some other clips. We've got some great clips. What I want to do is show you one of the biggest nonverbal issues with men, okay?
Okay, what would that be?
It's going to be facial expressions.
Okay.
We're going to watch another Everybody Loves Raymond facial expression moment, okay? Check this out.
But wouldn't you agree that sometimes, and I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes Marie can be critical of me? Frank?
Okay, so do you get that? Now what they're doing, what you see are men not expressing. Men have learned, think about this, if we're wired to be protectors and providers,
right,
men have learned to not let their face tip the hand. It's the poker face. If a man's feeling sick and sad and down, we don't want to tip that to the world, so men are going to play stoic. They're going to play straight face.
They're going to play dumb.
They're going to play dumb. They don't want to get crushed by mom and his wife. So they all play like I know nothing, like Colonel Schultz on what's that show called?
Hogan's Heroes.
Hogan's Heroes.
Brooke's a little young for
that. Was before Brooke's time.
That was me playing dumb.
It was like in the 50s. Sorry.
Matt and I can relate to that there.
Okay, so men don't make facial expressions.
We don't make as many facial expressions, and part of that is because we're trying to not be so obvious, so apparent. We don't want to be hurt, and if I'm hurting and you say something to me and I don't want you to know I'm hurt, I'm not going to show you I'm shamed. I'm not going to show you I'm embarrassed. I'm not going to show you I'm hurt, which bugs women because you want me to be involved and to feel pain when you're hurting me. And we'll be a little more stoic around it.
Okay, so don't read into that blank stare as too many of any.
But it's not just the deer in the headlights.
Men do a lot of hand gestures.
Men use a lot bigger gestures. We use a lot louder voice. Men don't use as much tears. They don't use as many tears. Women tear more. Freaks us out. Water, fluids, gross. Women, if you notice, tilt their heads too. They tilt. They do head tilts.
It's an art.
Is it? I do it every time I sleep wrong. I tilt, but I don't tilt other than a bad night.
You walk around the rest of the day like that.
It drives me nuts.
Men
don't do the head tilt, but a lot of these are just simple little gestures. But women, you're not perfect. The women do another trick, and we got to go back to Everyone Loves Raymond. This time we're going to listen from the mom, and we're going to see what the mom does that's so special. So watch the mom's face and her message.
We told you you were a good writer so that you would think you were a good writer. See, then somebody gave you a job. That's what parents do. They all lie to their kids for their own good.
But other parents aren't lying, Ma. They believe in their children.
No, they don't.
You see that? By the way, little head tilt. Clink. Little head tilt and then smile. No, they
always
don't.
Smiling.
Women smile a lot more than men. And part of that, it's like makeup. They're selling something fake. I love you.
I'm gonna kill you.
And they sell it. They're selling a little fake. But see, women want to make it nice, so they smile.
Well, it's
they
a way to soften it, isn't it?
It does. Well, it is, but it's like I hate you. You're an idiot. It kind of doesn't go over so well. But it's a softer way, a gentler way to do it. But no, she can say something negative, but her smiling makes it seem like it's okay.
I'm scared
for
to
her.
smile right now. I'm trying to keep my poker face.
Good
like the
head tilt.
makeup.
Perfect head tilt.
Okay, so we've identified something that men do and don't do.
Yeah.
Women do and don't do. If we're trying to move forward now, we're trying to improve on this.
This is why it's
What
a
do we do?
lost cause.
It's a hopeless.
Throw in the
This
towel.
is why you should only communicate with those of your gender. Because, you know what, this is where it's hard, because women are expecting men to emote more and have more facial expression, and we just don't usually go there.
Okay.
It's too vulnerable for some of us. What a lot of men would rather have is side-to-side interaction instead of face-to-face.
You got a little checklist for men. Things
Yep,
that
let's
men
go
need to
through the
do.
checklist.
Okay, for men
One
who are
thing.
trying to improve this. Here.
Guys, you got to have more eye contact. Women need more eye contact because they're so much more used to looking into eyes. 2, you got to see tears as communication, not condemnation.
I like that.
A lot of time when men see tears in their wife's eyes, they feel like they're being condemned.
Yeah.
Like, what did I do? I didn't even know what I did. 3, guys, you got to learn to talk about your feelings, because you don't demonstrate your feelings through facial expressions
Right.
as much. You need to be willing to talk about them then. At least state them out or show them non-verbally.
That's the reason we're not using the facial, because we don't want to talk about them, though.
I know,
But
it is
that's a great
problem.
point, though. If they're not showing it facially, they've got to
They
be
gotta
able
make
to
up
at least
for it.
talk
Then you got
about
to own
it.
it verbally, okay? And 3rd or 4th, try to read the nonverbals more. Guys have got to get more in tune to nonverbals. It is the universal language, or nonverbals. Every culture basically uses the same nonverbals. When we're happy, we smile.
Right.
Across all cultures. Now, women, you're not immune. We've got 4th tips for you.
Assignment for them now, too?
Assignment time. Women, you've got to manage your expectations. Remember, we're not going to communicate like you. If you haven't learned that by now, you're in the long world. So manage your expectations about
Don't
how we do it.
expect us to do it.
That's
Okay.
right. Try to appreciate a little bit more our side-to-side stuff.
That's
when
interesting
when
to
we
me.
kind of have you side-to-side and the issues are in front of us, we feel a little safer than sometimes we do if we're face-to-face.
That confrontation.
We feel like you might be maybe getting too much info on us. So let's keep to the side.
I think
okay?
that's interesting.
Also, don't react to our bravado. Men are much more likely to raise the tone, raise the voice, raise their gestures, get bigger and more bravado. And part of that's because we're just trying to maybe maintain our hierarchy or our position.
Okay.
So don't react to
Don't
it.
be offended or get your
don't
feelings
Don't
hurt.
say quit yelling. Now, if we're really screaming or yelling, call a timeout. But
no,
last-
the level's going to elevate
yeah,
just a
that's
little
just
bit.
one of our forms. And last but not least is know that men feel more shame than they show. So when you ask me to take out the garbage or something like, are you ever going to take the garbage out? That's where I'll give you one of those dead looks like, oh, jeez, I'm going to kill you. You're driving me nuts, lady. So we feel shame. We're not going to show you shame. We feel embarrassed. We're not going to show you embarrassed. Sometimes men just start talking and move away to do something else when they're embarrassed. Don't just think that we're not dealing with it. That's just how we deal
So
with
we've
it.
got to interpret what you're not
Yeah.
showing us.
That's exactly right.
Physically. Okay.
Men
all
rock.
right. Great tips. Do you want to follow that up with the other side? Go team.
Women rock
Thank
even more.
you.
Matt's great. He's actually a great opportunity coming up for people to sit down, talk
Yes.
with you, learn from you. It's coming up an evening with Matt Townsend.
Yes, baby. We used to do date nights, if you remember, and hot nights. For some
Yeah.
reason, hot nights didn't go so well, even
Imagine
though I'm
that.
hot. But we do date nights, and what we do now is this. We got feedback that says people want to spend time, so we're giving them more time. It's a $20 date night, some refreshments, you hang out. It's 2 hours of me teaching communication skills. It's a great way to get you and your partner talking about your relationship.
Great
If you're
opportunity.
interested, call my office, 801-747-2121.
And marriagemattersutah.com is the website as well. We'll have a link to that website on our website as well. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks,
guys.
Matt. Finally.
Okay, coming up next on Studio 5, do your kids identify with